welcome back to the channel. I'm Lily and today I'm going to be going through some of the things that you should maybe consider if you're one day hoping to go to dance or musical theatre college. This could also apply to drama schools or anything similar, any kind of vocational institute really, but you should know that specifically my experience has been within a dance and musical theatre college. Before we start, please do take 2 seconds just to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So the first thing really to know is that there are so many options out there. So the number one thing that you need to do is have a research. There are many ways that you can research dance colleges. Have a look to see if they have a website and maybe request a prospectus. If you're already at some sort of dance or musical theatre school, you could speak to your teachers about colleges to see what they would suggest, or even if there are any older students that might have gone on to go to college, you can even discuss with them what colleges they chose or which ones they were thinking about. You can also research some of the colleges and find out when their end of year show is, and you can always buy a ticket and go and see their show. Or you can have a look at some professionals out there that have had a career path that you might like. Have a little look at how they got to where they got there and specifically what institute they went to. Bear in mind when you're asking around that there are quite a lot of new musical theatre and dance colleges coming up that don't necessarily have a massive long-standing reputation. So when you are asking around or having a look at professionals out there, just know that there won't be so many people that have been to these newer colleges, and some of them are really good. So definitely have a research into what newer colleges there are and have a look at what they're offering. Even if you have a specific school in mind and you've been absolutely dying to audition for this one dance college or this one musical theatre college, please do some research into other colleges as well. It's always good to have a list of different colleges to audition for, because if in the small chance you don't get into that college, you have a few backup colleges and a few other options. That first college that you've had your heart set on might not be the right one for you. So I'd advise auditioning for anywhere between 3 and 6 colleges. So once you've done your research and you're trying to compile a list of different colleges that you'd like to go for, here are some of the things that I think you should consider. So number 1 is where you would like to be. This can depend on a few things, but obviously location is super important. It obviously depends on where you live now and how far you would like to be from where you live. When I was looking all those years ago, it was definitely known that the London colleges were very, very good, and that was definitely the place to be. However, there are many colleges that aren't in London that have an amazing programme, and I've met so many professionals that are amazing and get amazing jobs that have come from colleges that aren't London bound. So definitely have a look all across the UK to make sure you're really taking everything into consideration. So number 2 is acceptance levels. Because when you're looking at these colleges, you do have to audition. They obviously do ask for a certain amount of talent level and skill level to be able to accept you. So this is something that you need to take into consideration. You need to maybe be super realistic about your skill level, and if you do think that your skill level matches that of acceptance, just make sure on your list you have some colleges that have like a really high acceptance level and maybe some colleges that are a little bit below that as well, just to make sure that you're maybe aiming for like in the middle, so that then if you get into colleges that you're really dying to go to that you think are very good, then amazing, and if not, you've kind of got some a little bit lower down as well. Of course, it would be an absolute dream to get into every single college that you audition for, and of course some people do manage that, but not everybody does, and you don't want to do a full run of auditions and end up not getting in anywhere if you've pegged yourself a little bit too high and you've gone for like really hard colleges to get into. Just make sure you've got some easier ones on there as well. So number 3, you want to have a look at what the college offers. So a lot of the colleges out there offer the same subjects. They all seem to be very similar. However, when you look into them a little bit deeper, maybe they are more musical theatre, maybe they're a little bit more dance, maybe they have more singing lessons or more of an acting vibe to them. So definitely have a look really into what they do and then consider what it is that you would like to do. So you want to make sure that the college has the right content for you. And there's 2 things within that you should consider. If you're really good at something, let's say you're really good at singing, you might not want to go for a college that has lots of really good singing lessons. If you're already a really great singer, you might want to go somewhere that's got more of a dance base, so that when you graduate you are a more rounded individual. However, if you're wanting to specifically specialise in something like dance or singing, then sometimes it can be better to go for the place that has the thing that you are the best at, that you wholeheartedly know that's what you'd like to do. But I do think the best advice is to make sure that when you graduate you are a rounded individual, because sometimes you don't always end up quite in the sector that you plan to be in. Number 4, and my last point to consider, is funding. So dance and MT college is extremely expensive. They're very expensive courses, so funding of course is going to be part of where you choose to go. Lots of colleges do offer scholarships, so again, That is another thing that you might need to research. Sometimes they have lots of scholarships, sometimes they don't have as many. But just make sure you've got some idea of what the course fees are and also what kind of funding they have. If you're interested in going down the route of getting a degree course, that could also be a consideration. Not all colleges do the degree course, but if you are on a degree course, that means that you can get a student loan. So that can be another way to be able to fund yourself. So whether the type of course you do leads you to how you're able to fund yourself, or how you're able to fund yourself leads you to what type of course you end up doing, the two things are very interlinked. So definitely have a look at all different options and just make sure you know you're able to fund yourself. Okay, so they're just some of the basic points that I would firstly consider when you're making a list. If you do have any questions, please drop a comment in the comment section and I will do my best to try and help you. Stay tuned for my dance college audition experience, and also I will be doing a video on my dance college experience of the full 3 years and what I thought of that. If you did like this video or you found it helpful, please feel free to like it, and please do subscribe to my channel for more performer-based videos. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.